Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to yet another video at Moto Mindset. And today we are back at a beginner bike review, and this time it's a Kawasaki ER-6F from 2015. So if you're new to this kind of videos, I'll deep dive into all kind of categories and subcategories and give them a ranking, and at the end of the day it gets a number which tells a little bit about how sensible it is to buy this as your first bike. And to get this party starting, the first category is riding, which is kind of important if you want to ride, of course. And the first subcategory is engine power. This bike doesn't have crazy amounts of power, which is good for a beginner rider, because it gives you room to make mistakes and to basically fuck up. So engine power, it's quite nice to begin on a bike like this, and therefore it scores a 7. Next up we have the engine power delivery, and oh man, this bike has 2 cylinders and it wanna go, it wanna be a hooligan. If you drive this bike, you turn into a 16-years old child, and you wanna rev both those gears and give it gas. I'm not sure why, but it turns me into a hooligan, and I'm a very relaxed rider normally. It's not crazy strong, and it's not crazy unpredictable, and it's reasonably smooth, but there's something about this bike that makes you wanna go fast. That might not be the most sensible thing, so therefore it scores a 6. Next up we go weight, and this bike is pretty light, which is good. Of course, it will make you feel invincible, it makes it maneuver easily, it makes it forgiving like that. So weight wise it scores an 8. And next up we get stability. And man, this bike is light and it's really easy to handle in when cornering or when maneuvering on the parking lot. It's very easy and very stable on low speeds, medium, and even on high speeds. I have some footage of me riding on the highway, but I don't think the light is it was getting dark, so maybe the footage is too dark. But trust me, stability is good, very good for this bike, and therefore it scores a 9. And then we have aerodynamics, but this bike does a pretty decent job to get you out of the wind. It's not a crazy big BMW or very relaxed touring bike, but for what it is, it really does get you out of the wind pretty good, darn good, and therefore it scores an 8. And then we got fun, and oh man, this bike is fun. I told you already, it turned me into a kind of hooligan, and normally I ride very easily, but it is fun. So fun wise, you can't go any wrong, and therefore it scores a 9. And that brings the subtotal of this first category riding to a 7.83. Next up we got reliability, and the first subcategory reliability is overall reliability. And I have searched the internet, and there are basically almost no issues known to these bikes. And that is probably because it's one of the big Japanese bikes, and also it's not very old, it's 2015, so well, it's not very old, but overall reliability, bulletproof, a 9. Therefore age, when things get older they tend to break down, and therefore the reliability it should bump a little bit down, but this is not really the case. It's 9 years old, so it's not very old, but this is for bikes from 1990 or something. They can be very reliable, but age-wise they go down in rating a lot because they're old. But this is not really the case, so age-wise it scores a 7. Next up is knowledge. This bike is very easy to work on. It's very simple, and therefore there's a lot of and it's a pretty popular bike. Therefore there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of people who can help you when you have any trouble with the bike, which is rare, but it can happen, and therefore knowledge wise is scored an 8. Next we got parts availability, and this bike is 9 years old, so almost all new parts are available, which is good, and it's sold well, so there are a lot of this bike is so much fun. There are a lot of places where you can buy second-hand parts, which are great as well, and therefore parts availability it scores a 9, which brings the reliability. Let's see how fast this puppy can go. Not bad. It is fun. This machine is just fun, guys. Reliability wise, it scores an 8. Next up, we got safety. You really want to have a safe bike if you are a new driver. So, first category of safety is brakes. It has some decent brakes. I've seen better. I've seen way worse. They just get the job done. The bike's not very heavy, so therefore, I would probably, yeah, if you really want, you can improve a little, but it's fine. Therefore, brakes it scores an 8. Next up is anti-lock brakes, ABS, and this bike has it. It works very well. I tried it. I don't think I recorded it, but I tried it, and it works very well, and therefore it scores a 9, which is ABS can be pretty darn important if you're shopping for a new bike. And then visibility. And it's very good, and visibility usually means how good others can see you, and it really depends on your lights. And it's all LED, which is great. I think it's one of the early bikes who went all LED. The bike in front of me, a Yamaha, it's all halogen, however you pronounce it. It really you really see the age of that lights, but this bike has a great visibility, and therefore also it scores an 8, and it brings the safety up to a 8.33. And then the last category, and that is price. And the first subcategory is purchase price. How expensive are those bikes to buy? And they're reasonably priced. If you check value for money, it's great, and that is probably because there are a lot of sold when they were new. Oh, I need to get my corners better on this bike. This is footage of me driving like the first 1 minute or so. So purchase wise, it's really a bargain, and a lot of bikes are sold, so that brings the second-hand market price down. Price wise, the bike scores an 8. Maintenance wise, Kawasaki is cheap on parts and reasonably reliable. You have no crazy schedule on doing your oil maintenance every 3,000 kilometers or something like that, and it's just good. It's one of the 4 big Japanese bikes. There are probably some better, but it's way better than any European or American bike. Sorry guys. So maintenance cost wise, it also scores an 8. And then the last category of price is operating costs. So how expensive is it to run the bike? It's not very fuel efficient, which surprised me, but it's cheap to insure because the power is lower than most of the other bikes I reviewed, and therefore it scores a 7. So it could be better, but it's not worse. And price wise, this bike scores a 7.76. Oh sorry, 7.67. And that brings the total verdict score to a 7.96, almost an 8. One of the highest scores we had so far. And if you ask me if this is a sensible bike to begin with, I'll say yes, if you can tame down your inner hooligan. Everyone has an inner hooligan. This bike will bring it up, definitely. It's fun, it's light, it's not too expensive, it's not too expensive to repair or to maintain. It's just a fun little machine, very good to start on if you can handle the power and if you can tame your inner demons. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching. I will insert a video of my dog, because as always that will bring me 1 million subscribers in 0.3 seconds. Cheers out, later.